fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose, pick a new silver excuse. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're just freaked out. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kiru's show here, and now, this will be my 6th video today, which is strange because I do not feel like I've recorded 5. Now, along with that, I did post a poll on my community tab an hour ago after my video uploaded, asking if I should continue the series and do the Chaos King saga. Now, I got a response of over 50% on the yes for this question. Now, once I do post this part, that officially will make this What If the longest running on my channel. Now, with that being said, let us pick up with Izuku Midoriya. And the last part he spoke with a strange man, about whether he does know what the world does have in store for him. Now, Izuku Midoriya, in the 1 year that he has had the Infinity Gauntlet, he has rebirthed the mutant species. A lot of people, they do have mutations. And every day more and more wake up. As you also have people who do have these particular weird and strange abilities known as quirks. Now, the world was confused at what a quirk was. However, Midoriya, he would explain these particular abilities, talking about how Midoriya, he's given them all one. However, it's all random, and barely anyone would even really know if they had a particular ability like this. Now, Midoriya, whenever he did put the quirk into this world, he was aware that it could become a one-day doomsday level event, where a human body simply could not handle it. However, he took away that destructive capability of a quirk, so it will one day reach an upper limit to a power, sort of like how the mutant and the human species do work. Their abilities are strong and dangerous, and can sometimes be unsafe for the physical body. However, with a quirk it does act similarly. However, it cannot go past that point. Now, along with that, Midoriya, he has also gone down the road becoming a father in this timeline. He got Laura and Rogue both pregnant. And Midoriya, he was today going to be seeing off his son Max from the future. Now, we do actually have Max, who he does stand there as he does go to look at his father. Now, Midoriya, he does actually walk up in front of his son, and he does give the boy a hug. It was nice to meet you, son. It was nice to know you too, Dad. It's all weird, though. I've grown up all my life without you. And I get to spend a year with you now. I don't understand, though. Why? Son, I can fix your timeline. You can? Yes, I can. However, I can also keep you intact, if that's what you want. If? What do you mean? I'm saying I can give you the memories of that timeline, and take your memories of this away. But then I would have never met you. I know. But at the same time, you'll know me your whole life. I don't know what to... Listen, I know it sounds crazy. all of a sudden you'll be dropped into a world of memories you don't understand. Huh, actually, I was the same way on my 17th birthday. The day after. Truly, it is remarkable. Like father, like son. I guess I don't really have a lot to say to that. Alright. If it means that I'll at least get to remember you, then I'll do it. Now, Midoriya will go to wave up his hand, as he does actually watch Scarlet go to jump and hug their son. Her informing him to be safe and to stay alive. To which he kind of does laugh, talking about how the world's going to be changing from the one he was just in. Now, Scarlet would still warn her son, stay alive. Now, this would be whenever Midoriya does take his son back to that timeline. And he would immediately start the process of destroying it and recreating it. As he would then give his son a final goodbye and leave. For Midoriya, that took a couple minutes, but for his son, that was for Midoriya, it took a couple minutes, but for everyone else at the X Mansion, that was nothing more than a simple seconds. Now, you do then have Midoriya, who he would actually have someone pull him aside and ask him about something. As Midoriya, he's sent out to investigate a strange earthquake. Now, Midoriya, he would go to investigate this, as it's him and another particular person. Now, Midoriya and Polaris, they do fly to the affected area, and she does actually talk with him the whole way, and try to ask him if her sister is alright. Now, Midoriya and her do talk, and hold a conversation. As you do have Polaris, who she does look at Midoriya sometimes weirdly, until Midoriya asks the question if she's waiting on something, as the two do stop flying. Now, Midoriya, he would look down, and he would actually wonder if this is it. An earthquake is going to strike here. From what he does know. Now, Polaris is going to bring up her hands and go to try and fix the area. Grab the metal and the plates and go to pull them apart to stop this. Now, Midoriya would actually go to bring up his hand as well. As Polaris, she does just ask him what he's talking about. Well, the way you're looking at me, it looks like you're waiting for me to say something. I'm not. I know, but I'm just asking. You already can see the future, can't you? No, not really. Not unless I use my clairvoyance, or I decide to use the glove. It's not constantly active, you know. I see. Now, the two do take care of this task and then head back to the manor. As the two do land, it's very late at night. Midoriya and Polaris, they did take their time flying there. And Midoriya, he was confused. They had to pick up the pace sometimes, but at the same time, she wanted to keep slowing down. And Midoriya, he would question her about this. It's very easy. I was waiting for you to talk to me. I thought you could see the future and you can tell what I was going to say. Okay. And what would this be? Now, Polaris, she would go to actually take a breath in and go to open her mouth before closing it, wondering if she should really say something like that. Now, Midoriya does stare at her, and he does just stand there. Oh Christ, this again. Now, Rui just then brings up his finger, saying he feels like he knows where this is all going. So he's just gonna say this. If him and her are together, if they become a thing, then she's gonna have to ask her sister about that. Hmm? Why? You're already dating 5 different girls who are sisters. I get that, but they're all a hive mind. Oh, yeah. So they absolutely know what's going on with each other at all times. Now, that's different for you and your sister. You get that, right? Hmm. Okay. But I just kind of thought, what? Me and you can do this behind her back? Yeah, I know. There's a certain level of crazy. Besides, I think she'd find it weird. Hmm. Okay. Now, Rui would just then go to walk away, as he does head to his room. Now, Midoriya, he would head to his room and climb in his bed, as somebody would roll over and ask if that's Izuku. As Midoriya, he does actually go to reach up and grab her by the hand, telling her that, yeah, he's here. Now, Magic would just talk about how it was very lonely without him here. To which someone would just speak up, saying that they're still here too. Yeah, Wanda, I know, but it's weird. That's an understatement. Now, Midoriya would go to bed and wake up in the morning. As he does wake up a bit later in the day and find that he was alone. Him getting up and going to put on the glove. As he does then walk downstairs. And you do actually have Midoriya who does pick up something with his hearing. Him walking down and turning his head. As he does see Polaris standing there and saying something. As he would hear the voices that are over there. Polaris and Scarlet. Oh boy. Now, Midoriya does want to wait and see how that does all play out. As he does walk into the kitchen and get something to eat. As he does then fly Mina over to where her place is at, the Hellfire Club, which has opened multiple locations around the country. Now, Midoriya, yeah, he is having fun today, as one of his body doubles is out currently doing some things, while the real Midoriya is at the Hellfire Club, partying and having fun. Now, Midoriya, yeah, he spends a lot of time here sometimes, and it does help to take the stress away. Especially because you do also have the mutant nation for the Inhumans. Now, Midoriya, he did create another giant island in the middle of the ocean, and give it some landmass, which would make it equal, if not a little bit smaller, than Genosha. And the Inhumans, they would immediately take to this, as you do actually then have where something does happen. Midoriya, in this a little bit of amount of time, he would actually get into a marriage with Momo. Black Bolt knows Midoriya is the most powerful man on the planet. And after talking with Momo, she did understand everything. However, she was kind of pissed. Now, this offer was extended by the Inhumans to Midoriya and Genosha, since they did see Midoriya as the official leader, or their king. Now, Midoriya, he has not set up anything like that in Genosha. However, you do also have Magneto, who does rule, or technically rule, in place of Midoriya. Now, this, to the Inhumans, didn't really matter. Magneto was taking everything else on, but Midoriya technically founded the nation. So, Momo was stuck spending time with Midoriya, until she did eventually learn a bit more about this guy. This guy has absolute power, and whenever she did first meet him, he was an asshole, and he did almost murder her. However, this guy literally holds the power of a god in his hands, even without that fancy little glove. And he does make time for the little things. It is actually very crazy. And after talking with Midoriya and spending a bit of time with him, they did seem to have similar interest. Her being able to have a very intelligent conversation with this guy. Now, Momo, she did actually then leave that day. And she did find that she could at least tolerate this for right now. Or at least pretend like she wasn't having fun. Now, Midoriya would take Momo partying and basically get her to loosen up a lot, since she was so fancy and I am royalty like. Now, with that being said, eventually, around this time, Midoriya's girlfriends, or Laura and Rogue, yeah, Midoriya was a bit too busy. Now, with that being said, this was whenever we did have Midoriya 1 year later, with the way his life is. Midoriya, he's officially known as a king around the world. And he is currently sitting in the expansion. And he is sitting around a whole lot of people. As Momo is sitting in the group next to Mina. And Mina is talking about how if Momo does want to come by and party again today, she can, since they're currently having this music playing. I'm aware. However, I do think that you should at least play her saying these genres, or these genres. Yeah, I understand that, but we kinda can't. Not really in the partying mood. It's all sort of too fancy. Yes, but the drink recipes I supplied you with, you seem to enjoy a lot. Hey, those mixes, they're not natural things we find on Earth. Besides, you know how much of a dollar you get on those? I understand. Inhuman liquor is actually one of the finest things about this side of the Milky Way. I don't know. Some of the stuff on Sakara was pretty good. Well, that was outside the Milky Way. That doesn't count. Sure it doesn't. Now, you do also then have Midoriya, who he would actually go to stand up and go to make different shadow doubles. As he does have 2 fly out through the window and through the wall. As Midoriya would just talk about how he's going to be a bit more busy today. So he's going to be splitting up a bit. Now, a lot of them do understand this. Some of them leaving with the Midoriya double to go on patrol. As there are 2 Midoriyas who do stay behind to help take care of Laura and Rogue. Who, both of these 2, they do kind of complain that they can take care of themselves. Now, with that, we do then have Midoriya. Each one is out with a different person. And the real Midoriya, he is actually out with Momo right now. He does tell all of them that really he's able to see all of them through a hive mind. However, he does know that it feels a bit more personal to him whenever he's actually there in person. He knows that that sounds like a bit of a, well, harder thing to understand, or it sounds unreasonable, but it really kind of is. He does see everything all at once, since he does keep a psychic link, so it does always feel like he's there. Now, Midoriya, really, he kind of does understand how the Stepford sisters do feel, especially with the blow to their senses this can sometimes be. Now, Midoriya and Momo. Both of these two are currently walking down the street. And a lot of people do stop and stare at both of these two. As Midoriya, he does not carry the Infinity Gauntlet at the current moment. He does keep it separated in a pocket dimension he does carry. As he does also still have the Cosmic Cube, which he's forged into a cosmic ring. That he does wear a lot. Now, Midoriya, him and Momo are both walking, and a lot of people are staring at them. As Midoriya just bring up one of his hands and ask everyone if they can all please politely leave them alone. As with the wave of his hand, everybody does go back to acting like normal. Thank you. That can be annoying sometimes. Well, I mean, technically we're both royalty. That is true, yes. And you're also sort of a god. Please, Yaoyorozu, I'd rather you not call me that. You are a humble ruler. I'm not that either. People just like to follow my example. Yes, they do. Now, Momo would turn around, talking about how she's kind of had fun spending time with him a lot. And he's actually a very intelligent and intellectual person. And how she thought he was an arrogant, over-incompetent oaf. Thank you, I guess. Well, I mean, it's not that hard to understand. Now, Midoriya, he does actually watch as Momo does go to lean in and kiss him. And Midoriya, he does actually go to lean in himself, as he does hold her close. However, Midoriya, he does actually go to throw his head backwards in pain. As the moment Midoriya and Momo kissed, this happened. Midoriya actually going to throw his head upwards towards the sky, as he does feel something snap or break, before falling backwards and passing out. Now, Momo was surprised, as this did happen, her bending down and trying to wake Midoriya up. Now, the moment this did happen, all the doubles did disappear. And it was quite strange. They all did just start to look up. And then the moment this did happen, they all did just vanish. As Momo, she does make a phone call. And learn that it's not just Midoriya. It's every telepath on Earth. Now, with that being said, you do then have in the realm of nightmares, where the Chaos King, he has killed the man in charge. And he does set his sights on a particular planet he was told would be tricky. Earth, where the mightiest heroes do lay. And where the Chaos King sets his sights on, there's somebody there he wants to meet. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.